everybody. Alright, so here we are. The war is coming grand finals between Tyrant Legends and the Tyrant Warlords, and we're here on Deathmatch for the third game. And, well, we've got ourselves Cab here, up to the northwest of the map, which, like I just said on the stream, is surprising. Cab was clearly the weakest link in the 3v3 deathmatch game, and here he is in the 2v2 with the Viper on his team for Tyrant Legends. He's playing as the Goths up to the northwest. And over to the northeast, in the green, we've got the Viper playing as the Huns. So Goth and Huns at the top of the map for the Tyrant Legends. And like I say, I'm very surprised to see Cab in the deathmatch game here. I really expected to see Jordan 23 on this one. But either way, Cab is a good player. There's no doubt about that. And I just don't know whether he's going to be able to match up to Jidba in a 1v1 on this left-hand side. So Jidba then for the Tyrant Warlords in the yellow, only appearing in the deathmatch games because he is a pure deathmatch player. He's playing as the Goths then, as you can clearly see, judging by the huge spam of Huskars coming at Cab. On the right side of the map, we've got Riot playing in the red as the Huns. Riot is also a fantastic deathmatch player, and I gotta say the Tyrant Warlords deathmatch lineup is certainly stronger, in my opinion, than the Tyrant Legends, that is for sure. So one thing that I'm really concerned about, one thing that confuses me about this tournament is that deathmatch suddenly in the finals is really just nowhere to be seen, in a sense. Like, you know, if you guys remember back to like the group stages and the round robin stages, there was quite a lot of deathmatch in there. There was 7, you know, a best of, what was it? Best of 5 or best of 7? Sorry, I can't even remember. But best of 5s, best of 7s, best of 3s, and there was always a deathmatch best of 3. Now we get to the grand finals, there is 1 out of 9 games that is a deathmatch game. It seems very underrepresented in the grand finals, and it makes me wonder why deathmatch played such a large part in the earlier parts of the tournament. If in the grand finals, deathmatch really has very little impact at all. 1 in 9 games is nothing when you compare how common it was in the earlier parts of the event. So I think that's really, really odd, and something that I personally would not agree with, and something that, you know, is a little bit unfair almost to those teams that aren't necessarily as good as deathmatch and didn't get through because they lacked the deathmatch skill, when in the grand finals, deathmatch really doesn't make much of an appearance. But anyway, on the left side, Jibba's kicking some butt. He's got his champions out, and they are slicing their way through the Huskars and through the Halberdier that Cab is trying to pump out at the moment. Cab just going into fight after fight after fight and not engaging well. So Jibba's got a great advantage here. Switching into these champions was a nice quick move after going Huskars initially. And Cab, with so many Halbs here, is not going to stand much of a chance against this many champions. I'm wondering why he's not doing so many champions himself. It's a little bit strange. I think he's starting to switch into champion production now. And he's going to get this castle up on the right side as well. If he gets that castle up, that's going to be great. That'll actually push Jidba back, I think, depending on if he can keep up this military production. But Jidba has about double the military count at the moment over Cab. And to be honest with you, with Viper now coming in as well. Oh man, Viper, sorry, I was getting confused then for a second. Viper coming in with some paladins, but that's nowhere near enough. And as soon as Jibba starts bringing in the siege, there it is, Treb's coming out. Cab's going to lose this castle very, very shortly. On the right side, Riot versus Viper here. Riot with a larger army at the moment. Viper obviously having to send some of his army over to the left side to keep Cab safe. But, well... Riot looking really good on this right side at the moment. He just, again, needs to bring some of that siege in. But we've also got Jibba over here, bringing in some elite Huskars and Halberdier. Great combination because Viper's bringing out a lot of heavy cavalry archers at the moment. His paladins don't even seem to exist right now. And Jibba's Halbs and Huskars in the mix over on this right side is going to do a lot of damage to the Viper over there. So that castle's gone down on the left side for Cab, and Jidba now just using his trebs to try and snipe a few more units if he can. Looks like Cab's going to be able to push him back though here with the help of Viper's paladins and heavy cavalry archer. Obviously, Jibba just needs to try and support this left side a little more. But Viper's not having a good game. He's down to 11, 12 eco units here. On the right side, Riot has stopped Viper from building any trade. He's putting up a castle in the trade line, as well as the TC, to take the gold here. And these guys want to trade up this backside. Of course, they're going to succeed. And Viper's not even built any more than these 2 TCs, 3 TCs here on the front, which are being overran by Riot at the moment. So Viper's in trouble. Cab on the left side's doing okay, actually. He's pushing Jibba back a little bit, starting to hit these castles. But with Viper only having 22 eco units, with his TCs coming under fire from these siege rams, he is going to have very little resource income. He's not going to be able to keep military production going. Look at that. He's out of gold right now. All these stables are idle. All of these archery ranges are idle. And he's just giving it up. GG. No more resources to build stuff with. And after losing the gold on the front there, Viper's just got nothing. Wow, I'm surprised. You know, that was weird because at the start of that game, Viper had the advantage here. He was pushing in against Riot. The problem is his gold was in a really forward location. Obviously, this is his starting town center. His gold really far out on the front, all of it. He had to build his TCs there in order to get that gold. Problem is, even after he pushed forward, he didn't get his economy rolling pretty quickly. And with that, with Riot getting good map control here and taking the right side, these guys were never going to be able to get trade going. Even though Cab was starting to push Jitper on the left, which was great from him, it was just, you know, these guys were in trouble. These guys were in a lot of trouble with Viper being down to 22 population and the combined population of Riot and Jibba being 265. Then it was very obvious that Riot could easily bring over, you know, 40 cavalry archers, 20 paladins, and they could cut down Cab's army pretty quickly there as well. So there you have it. A very, very fast deathmatch game there, and I'm surprised, to be honest with you, that Viper struggled so hard. Obviously, Riot is a really good deathmatch player. It was nice to see Cab do well on this left side, but Viper there not be able to put up a good enough fight, basically, and there you have it. So game 3 is actually going to go to the Warlords, and that again is going to